Hey there, and welcome back to Writer Room Wednesday, my weekly series where I take you inside my writing process as a screenwriter and horror author, from drafting and development to rewrites and problem solving. Over the past several weeks, I walked through my rewrite process layer by layer. Structure, character, scenes, and dialogue. And that system works most of the time. But today I want to talk about what happens when it doesn't. Because sometimes, even when you're doing everything right, the story still refuses to cooperate. This is what I mean when I say the story doesn't behave. This usually shows up after multiple drafts. You sit down to revise and nothing quite clicks. The script resists tightening, emotional beats don't land the way they should. The more you polish, the more frustrated you get. And this is where a lot of writers spiral. They rewrite dialogue endlessly, they add scenes, they rearrange structure again and again. But the problem isn't technique. The problem is that the story has changed. Stories evolve as we write them. Characters deepen, themes sharpen. Sometimes the draft you're revising is still serving the version of the story you started with, not the one that actually exists now. When I hit this point, I stop fixing and I start listening. I ask myself a different set of questions. What is the story actually about now? What emotional idea keeps resurfacing no matter what I cut? What scenes feel alive versus dutiful? What am I forcing the story to do because I planned it that way? Very often, the resistance comes from trying to preserve something that no longer belongs. This actually happens a lot in horror. You might start with one kind of fear and discover the story is really about something deeper. Grief, guilt, isolation, obsession. If the structure is still serving the wrong fear, nothing will fully land. At this stage, rewriting becomes less mechanical and more honest. I look for the emotional spine of the story as it exists now, not as it was originally outlined. I identify what the story keeps circling, and then I make a hard decision. Do I rewrite toward that truth, or do I keep fighting it? Letting go is usually the hardest part of rewriting. Letting go of scenes you love, letting go of clever ideas, letting go of the version of the story you thought you were telling. But once you do, something shifts. Scenes start to fall into place. Dialogue tightens naturally. The story stops pushing back. When a story won't behave, it usually isn't broken. It's trying to become itself. If you're stuck in a draft like this, my advice is simple. Stop wrestling it, step back, listen carefully. Rewrite toward what's actually there. Now, if you want more writing insights like this, especially focused on horror, subscribe here on my YouTube. And if you want weekly craft advice and deeper breakdowns, you can also find me on Substack. You can find the links in my bio. Till next time, keep writing.